Hello YouTube, hope you're all having a good day out there today. Figured I'd make you a video on my custom Yamaha Battle Bear 400 armored whisper exhaust ATV. Started out as a Yamaha Big Bear 400 and we made several modifications, which I will now go through with you, and I'll show you all the equipment I keep on it. Starting out up front, we have a winch, our pry bar attached right here. Now this panel right here, right there, that is level 3A plus special threat. So that will stop any kind of exotic handgun rounds, submachine gun rounds, buckshot, pretty much any kind of 12 gauge slug. That protects the front of the gas tank, the front of the cylinder heads, and the oil cooler. Right on the outside of it, we have upgraded LED headlights, and then above that, we have 6,000 lumen each spotlights. So 12,000 lumens total output. Very, very bright and powerful. Up here, equipment-wise, we have our IFAK with moldable tourniquets, moldable Israeli dressings, antibiotics, triple antibiotic cream, antidiarrheals, several other kinds of meds. It's a pretty comprehensive kit. Shears, of course. In here is an administrative pouch. I have basically a wide variety of stuff in there. Inside of the main pouch, I have my sleeping pad and a bunch of space blankets. Right here is my USGI poncho liner. This is the kind that zippers up, worth its weight in gold. And my Nemesis safety glasses right here for riding. Right here and here is a USGI poncho. Right here are our 10X field glasses, 100-foot of rope. Moving around to this side, this is my administrative pouch. I got fire starter kits, toilet paper, all the stuff that you would use all the time. Life straw, screwdriver with adjustable bits, replaceable bits. Basically all kinds of stuff for administration. Right here we have a USGI entrenching tool. Anybody who tells you that these things are not worth their weight in gold does not know what they're talking about. Multiple uses, not the least of which is this makes an awesome seat in the field so you don't have to sit in the mud. Right here we have a Baofeng UV5R with the extended battery and a 4-foot whip antenna. That's been reset to maximum power. Right there we have our USB player, which transmits to the Baofeng, and I have all my music here. I think there's about 1,400 songs on there. Gotta have your music. Right here we have a USGI M7 field bayonet. One of my personal favorites from my time in the infantry. We used to call them the pig sticker. Great bayonet. I like it a lot more than the M9, which followed it, which we also had. Right here we have a leaf. We have our cold steel kukri katana, or kukri machete, right there, in case I have to cut any brush out of the way on the trail, which you do run into sometimes. We have a Gerber camp hatchet right there. That's really good for cutting up medium-sized logs, and smallish logs, and really good for batoning and splitting logs. Handy, very handy. Now right here, we have two pieces of armor, and these are USGI OITV interceptor panels. They're basically the equivalent to level 3A. Obviously, they're on both sides. Obviously, they protect the gas tank and the cylinder head right here. So, don't want to get your engine shot up, and you certainly don't want gas spewing all over you. Another really neat feature of this is I can grab it, lift it up, and you can throw it right over your body. So even if you're out riding, you don't have body armor with you, and the apocalypse starts, you've got body armor with you. So you can put that on your body. It covers pretty much your entire torso in probably 3 seconds flat. The tires are Goodyear RS, what's the model number on there? Rawhides. It gets very good traction, I will say. It's 4x4, push button 4x4. which works great. This thing, first gear is extremely low in this. It's a serious rock climber. It's got skid plates underneath too. Right here we have a USGI canteen, 2 of them. So I got a ½ gallon of water purification tablets in both of them. Redundancy is good. These pouches right here, left and right, each one has 50 foot of paracord. Right here is our Homestead rifle. Pretty apparent what that is. I don't want to say the words because YouTube tends to nail my videos if I put one of those in it. But that is our primary armament. Moving around the back, we have 2 Field and Stream packs, matching left and right. This one primarily has all my cold weather gear in it. Extra set of clothes, a blanket for when I'm camping. I want to get a bivvy. Once I get a bivvy, I'll have an entire sleep system mounted directly on it. Obviously, we got a camo net right here. It's big enough to completely cover the quad. Right here is my pillow. Got to have your hunting pillow. Sleeping and camping outside without a pillow is ass, let me tell you. This side is all the fire gear. A USGI flight suit, which is Nomex, protects you up to 900 degrees, I believe. There are videos of the testing that they go through online. It's incredible. I also have a Kevlar Nomex hood, Nomex flight gloves. It's basically got head-to-toe fire protection in case an incendiary round were to get through and get to the gas tank in the middle of some hypothetical shit hits the fan type of scenario. And it's treated with permethrin, so it gives head-to-toe bug protection, head-to-toe fire protection, and it's got aramid fibers in it, so it's really good going through thorn bushes and stuff like that on the trail. You don't get all cut up. It's a great piece of equipment. You can get them surplus online for very little money. They're great equipment. I highly recommend them. But what else do we got? Moving on this side we have our pull start. You could start this even if the battery is completely dead. This will start right up, which is a wonderful feature to have. It has a 4-gallon fuel tank with a 1.5 gallon reserve. So it has very good range. Sorry, should be pointing a little higher. Right here's the activation switch for our lights, our enhanced driving lights, and then there's the headlight switch. I keep a compass right there on the tank, see where I'm going all the time. It's not the most accurate, but it's pretty close. And then I keep a Lensatic compass right here in case I need to shoot a precise bearing. Right here we have a Leopold RX 600 600-yard laser rangefinder, which is very useful sometimes. Over here we have a conventional walkie-talkie, and I have a second one in my pack. So if I dismount with a rider, we could separate and keep in communication with each other, which is very handy. And then up here again, we have our Bushnell 10X field glasses, which I know people like to crap on Bushnell, but I have had these longer than probably 15 years, and I have used them hunting, I've used them hiking, I've used them in the field, I've used them camping. They ride around on my quad all the time, getting pelted with rocks and crap, and they are still, they still function perfectly. So if you want a good pair of binoculars, I would say it'd be pretty hard to go wrong with those. Right here, I keep some washcloths because getting all sweaty and nasty and dirty sucks. Right here is a Leatherman Wave Plus multi-tool. Over here, I have an extra flashlight with a plasma lighter built into it. And then right here is our primary ammunition supply. And that holds, it would hold 6. This will hold 6 30-round PMags. Currently I have 5 in there, but it will hold 6. So that's 180 rounds right here and 30 in the weapon. And then if you're wearing body armor, my plate carrier has another 3 30-round mags in it. So 300 rounds total. And you can obviously have multiple bungees, extra bungees attached to it. So I could certainly bungee down some bandoliers if I wanted and carry an unlimited amount of ammunition if that was my my want. This right here is a pouch for my Olight Seeker Pro Bright. It's 3800 lumens. It's not a tactically viable light. It's got a goofy dial you got to turn, but I do use it every single night on my homestead, and it is bright as hell. So I can't really complain about it. It works great. It's really bright. It does get hot. Right here, I have some Saber Red combination CS OC spray. You never know when you're riding around, you might run into a rabid dog or some kind of rabid animal that you don't necessarily want to shoot, or a junkie in the woods that you also don't necessarily want to shoot. So that's it's good to have some non-lethal options along with you. Right here we have another flashlight that has the frontal projection window as well as the downward facing. Now right here is our main frontal plate armor. That is 1.2 inch thick dual layer fiberglass plate armor. Weighs 7.1 pounds, and this will stop 5.56 from a 14.5 inch AR, like M193 or M855. Anything more than that is probably more than this can handle, but you know, those are very common threats. It might stop it from a 16. I've tested it this thickness against a 14.5, and I know it'll stop that. So probably stop it from a 16. It'll certainly stop soft point hunting type ammunition. You know, stop 30-30 bullets. I'm out in the country, so out here people got like 30-30s and 12 gauges and stuff like that, and it'll stop all of that. And then if you look from the front of the vehicle, from all the way down here where the winch is, which will easily stop bullets, all the way up to the top of that plate, the driver is completely protected. So pretty good armor. And the armor on the sides here allows you to take cover behind the vehicle, craps down, and you have 3A on the far side, then the tank full of fuel. Contrary to belief, most bullets will not set off gasoline. So that's like actually becomes like the fuel tank becomes like additional armor, because it'll make the bullet tumble and break apart. And then anything that does get through to this side, there's an additional 3A armor. That assembly right there that you can take off and wear as an armor vest on your body if you want, that weighs about 3.5 pounds. So 3.5 pounds of armor fit right there. This panel on the front weighs 2 pounds, so that's 5.5 pounds, and then this weighs 7.1 pounds. So that's about 12.6 pounds of total armor, which is nothing for the weight of this vehicle. I think this has a towing capacity has a cargo capacity of 500 pounds, I believe, and then a towing capacity of about 1,000 pounds. So, you know, 13 pounds of armor is nothing to this thing. I may add more later. It depends. This is basically stuff I had laying around, so it cost me nothing to put it on there, and it is infinitely better than nothing. And then back here we have a custom dual chamber muffler, secondary muffler that we built, welded together, and that has a U-turn in it and makes it significantly quieter. It's not silent, but it sounds distant. Whenever you hear it, even if it's like 50 feet away, it sounds distant. It's pretty neat, actually. And then down where I am, as long as you have one of these triangles, you can actually, because this is a farming area, you can actually drive one of these on the street. And then, of course, I have my tow hitch, and I have a 400-pound gorilla cart that I welded a heavy-duty handle to, that as long as I stay on level ground, reasonably level ground, it's pretty useful. It's not a good I want to get a real trailer for off-road use, but around my homestead, if you were in the city or, reasonably flat roads or terrain, it works fine, and it holds 400 pounds of stuff. So this is the Battle Bear 400 Yamaha armored ATV. Comprehensive look, very neat toy, which is basically what I built it for, to have a very neat toy. I certainly hope that I would never need its capabilities in the real world. I'm not one of those people that wishes on the apocalypse, but I do want to be prepared for it. All right, folks, you'll have a wonderful day. Take it easy.